It's 11:47 p.m. You're lying in bed staring at the ceiling, and that familiar weight settles on your chest. The weight of everything you didn't do today. The workout you skipped, the project you avoided, the conversation you postponed. And right there, in the darkness, you make a deal with yourself. Tomorrow you'll wake up early. Tomorrow you'll be disciplined. Tomorrow you'll be the person you know you're supposed to be. You feel that surge of conviction, that quiet promise whispered to your future self, and somehow it's enough to let you sleep. But here's what you don't realize in that moment. You just activated the most dangerous trap in human psychology. You just sold yourself a lie so seductive, so comfortable, that it's destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. Because tomorrow never comes. Not the tomorrow you're imagining, not the one where you magically have more energy, more discipline, more courage. That tomorrow is a fantasy. And every time you defer action to this imaginary future version of yourself, you're making a catastrophic assumption that your future self is somehow stronger than you are right now. Think about how absurd that is. You're treating your future self like a superhero. Like tomorrow morning, you'll wake up as a different person, more motivated, more driven, more capable of doing the hard things. But here's the brutal truth. Your future self is just you with less time. That's it. The same doubts, the same fears, the same capacity for rationalization. Except now you've got one less day to make it happen. Your brain has evolved to play this trick on you. Psychologists call it temporal optimism. It's the cognitive bias that makes us believe the future will be easier than the present. We imagine tomorrow with rose-tinted glasses, conveniently forgetting that tomorrow becomes today, and today always feels hard. When you're tired right now, you can't imagine being tired tomorrow. When you're anxious right now, you assume tomorrow you'll be calm. When you lack motivation right now, you convince yourself that tomorrow you'll wake up inspired, but you won't. Tomorrow you'll wake up as you, and you'll face the same decision you're facing right now. Except this time, you'll have the added weight of yesterday's broken promise. This is where the real damage begins, because it's not just one missed day. That's what makes this trap so dangerous. One day becomes two. Two becomes a week. A week becomes a month. And before you know it, you've lost a year to the myth of tomorrow. Let me show you the math of your delay. If you tell yourself you'll start that morning routine tomorrow, and tomorrow you say the same thing, you've lost 2 days. Do that for a week, and you've lost 7 opportunities to build the habit. 7 days where the version of you that you want to become could have been taking shape. Extend that to a month. 30 days of tomorrow. 30 workouts you didn't do. 30 pages you didn't write. 30 conversations you didn't have. 30 moments where you could have chosen courage over comfort. Now extend it to a year. 360, 5 tomorrows. 360, 5 times you chose the fantasy over the reality. 365 opportunities to become someone different evaporated. And here's what kills me, it's not the time you lost. Time is gone whether you use it or waste it. It's what could have been built in that time. You could have been 90 days into that fitness transformation. You could have finished that project that's been haunting you. You could have developed the skill that would have changed your career. You could have repaired that relationship. You could have become unrecognizable, but you didn't, because you were waiting for motivation, waiting for the right moment, waiting for Monday, waiting for the new year, waiting for when things calm down, waiting for tomorrow. And while you were waiting, someone else with less talent, less opportunity, and less time started. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They started messy. They started afraid. They started anyway. And now they're miles ahead of you. Not because they're better, but because they refuse to worship at the altar of tomorrow. But here's what really happens when you keep breaking promises to yourself. It's not just about the lost time or missed opportunities. It goes deeper than that. It attacks who you are. Every time you say you'll do something tomorrow and you don't, you're not just procrastinating. You're teaching yourself a lesson. You're learning that your word means nothing. Not to others, to yourself. You're proving that when you make a commitment, you can't be trusted to keep it. And this erosion of self-trust is invisible until suddenly it's everything. You start to identify as someone who starts things but never finishes. Someone who has great intentions but poor execution. Someone who talks about change but never changes. Your identity shifts from, I am someone who does hard things, to, I am someone who thinks about doing hard things. And that shift is devastating because your actions always align with your identity. If you see yourself as undisciplined, you'll find ways to prove it. If you see yourself as someone who quits, you'll quit. If you see yourself as someone who waits for tomorrow, you'll keep waiting. And the worst part, you'll start to believe this is just who you are. You'll call it your personality. You'll say things like, I'm just not a morning person, or I've never been good at staying consistent, or I work better under pressure. These aren't truths about you. They're stories you've told yourself so many times they've calcified into identity. You've become the sum of your delays. The person shaped not by what you did, but by what you promised to do and didn't. And every day you continue this pattern, that identity gets stronger. The gap between who you are and who you could be widens until one day you wake up and you don't even recognize the person staring back at you in the mirror. That's not the life you wanted, but it's the life you built, one tomorrow at a time. So here's how you break it. Right now, not tomorrow, right now. I'm going to give you the simplest, most powerful tool to destroy the tomorrow trap. It's called the 2-minute rebellion. Here's how it works. Whatever you've been putting off, whatever you've been promising yourself, you'll start tomorrow. You're going to do it for exactly 2 minutes. Right now. Not 2 hours. Not even 20 minutes. That's it. You've been saying you'll start working out tomorrow. Do 2 minutes of exercise right now. Drop and do push-ups until 120 seconds are up. You've been saying you'll start writing tomorrow. Open a document and write for 2 minutes. Garbage, brilliance, it doesn't matter. Just write. You've been saying you'll make that phone call tomorrow. Set a timer, dial the number, and talk for 2 minutes. The goal isn't to finish. The goal isn't even to do it well. The goal is to obliterate the lie that tomorrow is different from today. Because here's what nobody tells you about motivation. It doesn't come before action. It comes after. You don't feel like doing something. You do it, then feel like doing it more. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates motivation. Motivation makes the next action easier, but it starts with action. And 2 minutes is so small, so ridiculously achievable, that your brain can't rationalize its way out of it. You can't say you don't have time. You can't say you're not ready. You can't say you'll start when conditions are perfect. 2 minutes destroys every excuse. And here's the secret: once you start, you usually don't stop at 2 minutes. Once you're in motion, staying in motion is easier than starting. Those 2 minutes of push-ups turn into 10. Those 2 minutes of writing turn into a full page. Those 2 minutes on the phone turn into a real conversation. But even if you stop at 2 minutes, you've won, because you've proven to yourself that today isn't different from tomorrow. You've proven that the person you are right now is capable. You've proven that action doesn't require perfect conditions. You've reclaimed your self-trust, and you've started rewiring the pattern that's been keeping you stuck. So let me ask you something. What have you been putting off? What promise have you been making to your future self? What have you been waiting for tomorrow to handle? I want you to think about it right now. Get specific. Now here's your choice. You can close this video and tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. You can nod along, feel inspired for 60 seconds, and then return to the same patterns that brought you here. Or you can do something different right now, this moment. 2 minutes, not tomorrow. Not later today, now, because tomorrow is a lie you tell yourself to avoid the discomfort of now. And every time you believe that lie, you die a little, not dramatically, quietly, in the gap between who you are and who you could have been. The truth is, tomorrow never comes. There's only today. And today is asking you a question: are you someone who does, or someone who delays? Your answer isn't in your words. It's in what you do in the next 2 minutes. Tomorrow starts right now.